Good morning from the heart of New York City. This is Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast dedicated to one thing: to learn and apply to eat better daily. I'm your host, Angela Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist, your personal health and wellness coach, your personal fat loss guru, and just someone with a lot of passion and curiosity for healthy food, healthy eating, diets, nutrition, food industry, anything and everything you put on your plate and in your mouth to look your best, feel your best, and perform your best on all levels. Today, guys, we are talking about a couple of things. First, recently I got this question: carbs in onions. Is it okay to eat onions on a keto diet? Or for those of you who do not know, ketogenic diet or keto diet for short, it's a low carb, very low carb, high fat, moderate protein diet where most of your calories, somewhere between 60 to 80% usually of your calories, come from healthy fats. Purely ketogenic diet would go closer to, or like a regional or Puritan's keto diet would go to 80% and more of your calories from fats. And then there are different variations for people who are very active, for people who are trying to build lean muscle mass, different variations, but basically high fat, moderate protein, and very, very low carb diet. So onions, one of those things that not really questionable, but you gotta understand that if you're going on some particular diet or protocol that you want to stick to, that you need to understand how it works exactly, and to understand what's important and what's not, and what you can or cannot not do, because there is no diet that prescribes the exact kinds of food that you might eat. You might fit in almost any food, almost in any diet, as long as you understand the portions, macronutrients in that food, meaning fats, proteins, and carbs. So onions. Let's talk first about the carbs in onions. Shallots seem to have the most carbohydrates. Per half a cup, 12 grams. And that is probably, from what I can tell you from my own research, I'm taking information from different resources. So 12 gram in shallots per half a cup is with fiber. So probably it's somewhere around 10 grams of carbs per half a cup, but this is the highest onion in carbs. Right? Then the lowest in carb is yellow onion, your regular onion, that is 3.5 grams of carbohydrates per half a cup. And then also red onions have somewhere around 9 grams of carbohydrates per half a cup. And then white, somewhere in between, it has 6 grams of carbohydrates. And then green onion, somewhere around 3 to 4 grams of carbohydrates per half a cup. This graphic going to be available in the show notes, and also as a graphic for the podcast, so you can look it up. But what I want you to understand is that on any diet, but especially on a low carbohydrate diet, the most important thing is to understand how many carbs or what kind of portions of carbohydrates you want to allow yourself of that particular food per day, in order to stick and stay within the frame of your macronutrients intake, of your food quantity intake, right? So, for example, if you use your onions for cooking, you're a little bit here and there, of course that's not going to make a difference, and you can use it on ketogenic diet. But if you're asking me about can I eat onions unlimited with all kinds of snacks, and then maybe, I don't know, onion rings prepared in a healthy way, or maybe bake the onions or grill the onions and just eat, a whole bunch of onions, that's completely another story, and that I wouldn't do on ketogenic diet. To have any kind of vegetables, even broccoli, or even, well, it's really hard to overeat spinach or leafy greens, really, because too much fiber, you would probably stop eating before you can overeat those vegetables. But things like onions or nuts and seeds, for example, you can easily overdo on a keto diet when it comes to carbs. So just mind your portions, learn more about food, and understand what exactly you personally allow yourself on your keto diet. What's like your keto diet? What works best for you? You gotta set the limits, you gotta set some rules in order for any diet for you to work. And that leads me to the next topic of our conversation, that the main topic is sticking with the rules of the diet to even understand if it works for you, to see how it works and if it works for your body. So let's take one of my favorite things, our diet or way of eating that I recommend to my clients who want to burn the most fat, who want to lose the most fat, but also most importantly, who want to restart their gut health, their metabolic health, and also want to break the addiction with all kinds of food-like products that biochemically actually in your body and in your brain create that loop of addictive behavior. So for the clients who, again, want to lose the most fat in the healthiest way and restore their metabolic and gut and digestive health, I often recommend Elimination Diet. And it basically means no processed food, of course, but also it means no sugar, no kind of added sweeteners, natural or no natural, so no honey, no agave, no brown sugar, none of that. No starch, meaning no potatoes, no sweet potatoes, not even beans, and of course no processed starch in form of, I don't know, potato chips or any kind of healthy, quote unquote, chips. No grains, whole grains or not, no grains, because again, the studies show that whole grains or not whole grains pretty much the same thing and pretty much as bad for you as sugar, and no human being need any kind of grains in their diet. It causes much more health and metabolic problems than it ever brought any benefits to anyone. No dairy, so no dairy products, not even sheep, no goat, no sugar-free dairy, no cheeses, no kefirs, no yogurts, nothing, just no dairy. Again, dairy might be one of the very questionable foods for a healthy human being consumption. Again, if you can put something in your mouth, if you can chew it, if you can digest it, it doesn't mean that you should be eating it on a daily basis, and it doesn't mean that it's a healthy food or even a food of human being. No fruit, meaning nothing that can be, nothing sweet, no even berries, no nothing with fructose, basically. And the reason why I want people to do no sugar, no starch, no grains, no dairy, no fruit, to eliminate all the questionable foods that can cause metabolic disasters, that can cause, again, addictive like food behaviors and habits, anything that can cause potential gut problems. This is the simplest and most effective diet for most people, because once you understand the rules and what they mean, like no sugar, no starch, no grains, no dairy, no fruit, you can easily design your menu around other foods like chicken, like fish, like beef, like a lot of non-starchy vegetables, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, and whatnot. Sorry for the noise outside New York City. Anyway, once you understand the rules of the diet, then it's quite easy Again, some cars in New York City, 5 a.m., but still lots of noise. Anyway, so once you understand the rules of this diet, you will be able to easily navigate the aisles of the store. And guys, if you want this diet or any diet to work, you need to have those rules and follow them like your life depends on it, because it does actually. But what I mean is, when I say no dairy, it doesn't mean you can have some kefir or yogurt sometimes. It doesn't mean that you can have, I don't know, honey sweetened or stevia sweetened yogurt here and there every day. It doesn't mean, like when I say no sugar, it doesn't mean that you can have honey. People, when I tell them about this elimination diet, first few days it's like, but can I have sugar-free yogurt, or can I have honey sweetened nuts, or can I have a banana after my workout? Like, just because you said it's after workout or it's a banana, like now the rules no fruit does not apply. That's how you end up being in this hole where you're overweight and not happy with your health in general, because you allowed yourself first here and there to include certain exceptions because it just felt right at the moment, right? And it felt good to read the label when it says healthy or good for your gut or some other bullshit, marketing bullshit like that. That's how you end up in the first place with all the digestive and metabolic and health problems, because of the food you allow yourself on a daily basis, in small, even amounts. So elimination diet. Guys, if you want to, again, start losing weight, like my clients who stick with it 100%, usually first week, like 8 to 10 pounds, even more, depends on how much you have to lose. And they say, like, my mood improved and my energy levels improved and I look much better and my clothes fit much better and like it's so amazing. So a couple of weeks, elimination diet, the simplest diet. You don't even need to think about being on a keto or low carb. That's just going to happen automatically. So no sugar, no starch, no grains, no dairy, no fruit. If you want my advice personally on what it might mean for you, for your personal diet, how it might look for lunch, breakfast, and dinner, always feel free to shoot me an email to angela@createyourself.today, angela@createyourself.today. I answer those questions all the time. For a lot of people, adjust their meal plans and their nutrition. If you want to work with me personally, that can be done too, for more detailed meal plans and recipes and one-on-one daily coaching. But very simple diet, guys. Avoid, first and foremost, of course, processed food and food-like products. And then no sugar, no starch, no grains, no dairy, no fruit. And you're going to, for 2 weeks, you're going to improve your digestive health, restore your energy levels, your metabolic health. You're going to lose quite a lot of weight. If you do try it without having here and there, small, exceptions that somehow you define for yourself, based on God knows what rules. And carbs in onions, the lowest in carbs are green onions, the one that you would cut for your salad, with 3 to 4 grams of carbs per half a cup, and yellow onion. And the highest in carbs are shallots, with 12 grams of carbs per half a cup. So thank you for listening, guys. If you have any questions about elimination diet, if you have any questions about other foods, and if you're allowed or not allowed to eat it and how to eat it to stick with your diet, especially keto, low carb folks, I've been on a diet for now 6 years, absolutely loving it, and never felt and looked better. So shoot me an email to angela@createyourself.today. And till next day, guys, eat better daily.